Hello, my beautiful beauties, my wonderful lovelies. A pleasant afternoon to you. So, since last week, I've been hearing, through the grapevine about the immigration officers, going on strike. PICA workers, just under 200 employees, and they have not only gone on strike, but they have taken industrial action, because of their long-standing, basically, request in in the whole algorithm of the compensation package, reclassification of jobs, job description, and, things job related. I am, to be honest with you, beautiful people, even hearing it through the grapevine and feeling this thing brewing, I honestly didn't know that they had these issues and concerns. The more I read, the more I think I'm aware, the more I realize how human I am, how much of a mere mortal I am, that I don't know everything. I really don't. So reading it and seeing it coming out to the fore even more for this week, I said to myself, wow, there are really those out there who really understand what some of us, or many of us as public servants, public workers, go through, and they're really, really upset because it's a multidimensional issue. They mentioned, that the nurses, the teachers, the doctors have basically settled because they have given lucrative packages. If you read the is it Gleaner Observer there, one of those media forums I was reading through, and, somebody quoted that it makes no sense to go to management because they do not have the people's best interest at heart. That moved me. That hit me, in fact, like a ton of bricks. Because I did a video talking about level 4 to level 5 leadership. If you're not at levels 4 and 5, really, you're not an effective leader. Not so much my words, this is coming from the guru, John C. Maxwell. If you don't even consider him an excellent guru on leadership, you can go and look at what Dr. Miles Monroe, he's an even more difficult man. He will hit you below the belt. He will hit you below the belt. I was going to use a terminology, but some may misunderstand it, and I don't want to be offensive at all. If you're not a level 4, especially level 5 leadership, because level 4 is not even so much people-centric. It is the beginning. It's an average people-centric level that you're at. At level 4, he has 5 levels of leadership. When you see a sort of budding of leadership improving, is from level 3, but it's more from the productivity angle, not so much people angle. And any company that you see do very well, my beautiful people, it has to be relationship oriented and work oriented, not just work oriented, because that's not how God built us. He said man was not made to be alone. You cannot accomplish things in and of yourselves. That is why I had to make a video that there are people that you can trust. Any wealthy person that you see, anybody who has done it great, they have had to have mentors. So that's why I rubbish this thing about you can't trust anyone or depend on anyone. Madness. It's not, even if you don't want to believe what the Bible says, it is not reality. It's not in tandem with how life will carry out your life. Some people, you will want to use the universe thing. That's not me. It's a new age talk, and I can't tell people what to say. I'm very much God-centric because it's because of God. Very much I'm God-centric because it's of God, and people-centric. We can use the first commandment, part A and part B, putting God above everyone else, everything else, loving him above everyone else and everything else, and love your neighbors as yourself. Treat people the way you want to treat yourself, because sometimes people don't love themselves, But if somebody were to treat them a particular way, they won't really like it, even if they have low self-esteem. But back to PICA. My dear colleagues, because we are colleagues, even though we're in a different workspace, an environment, from a different angle, still a public servant. And they said they're willing to go back to work and to go back into some level of normalcy if your issues are resolved and your issues are understandable. People don't understand that we're living in the real world, My mother used to say this to me, you can't cook love in a pot. You cannot cook love in a pot. People have bills to pay, and people don't want to only live to pay bills. They want to live and look good too, because they know they only have one life, not 9 lives like the so-called cat, which obviously, does not have like 9 lives. I'm just using that hyperbole to make a point. People tired of hardships. It is something that I hate. My father would say this to me. If he sees poverty comes through one day, he's running the next. And all me run poverty, they tap me shoulder, tap me shoulder, tap me, and me I run faster than Usain Bolt. Remember when Elijah ran past his chariot? I'm at that speed. I'm at a car speed. Even if it is at its slowest speed, it's still, if it's, 20, 30 kilometers per hour, it's still fast for a human being. Right? And this is what is happening with our present algorithm with the compensation packages. Up to now, I still haven't really gotten a proper February salary. Me not even December, when them just go in at them pocket and just take out a little money and say, me and give them a little change in them pocket. To see what them can do. See if them can buy one Pepsi and belch and get off the bad feeling. Seriously? They said it makes no sense to go to management because they're not going to deal with their long-standing issue. You think a man or woman who is educated, go back to school, get the skills, get the training, have the experiences also, because we don't want to put that aside, wants to still remain at level 1? When I talked about level 1, if they start as a clerk, for example, I'm not sure of the hierarchical structure at PICA. You want to, in the next 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you're still at a clerk? Cannot get promoted? How promotions are scarce in this country? How is promotion so scarce in this country? How is promotion so scarce? Just to do the whole compensation package and reclassification. I mean, I'm assuming that we have some level of experts, who could have sorted all of this out. The people are tired of mediocrity. They're tired of it. People want to live a decent enough life. I remember speaking with a lady who is from another Caribbean island, and she said to me, people who you consider like helpers, maids, whatnot, can buy a decent home, a decent car, and live a fair life. I remember they were interviewing this waitress somewhere in the United States. The lady was able to buy a very nice vehicle, and it's not about vehicle, but I'm just giving you an example based on what she earns, and live a fairly decent life as a waitress. And many of us are corporate workers. And when you can't see, some people cannot go to the supermarket, they have to go to wholesales and put back half of the things and only buy 10 things. They cannot, if them vacation, they make vacation and in them bathroom and sit down on the toilet and read a book. Or them vacation in the kitchen and see what them can find in the cupboard. Hopefully them and the rat now share the food. Because a leak is in the pipe, they can't fix it. The machine broke down, they can't fix it. The toilet broke down, the shower broke down. They can't even afford tanks. Many people still can't even afford water tanks? I saw something coming out that if they're going to start charge people if they're doing things that are domesticated, like you washing your cars, maybe overwatering your plant. I don't even know. So the police people on that, you really shouldn't do it still, because, if there is no water and them choose to use it or they choose to use it, that's for them prerogative. If them not have enough water for drink and bathe, that's for them prerogative. Just charge them. In terms of charging them, in terms of the bill. But for really do all of that, you say the country is so aggressive and dictatorial, autocratic, dogmatic. Hey, charge you for this, charge you for that. Somebody said they were charged because the cell phone was on their lap. My lord, the country just that's how the country is right now. PICA workers, I salute you. I know how you feel. I'm tired of the madness. Years ago, a particular minister said anybody earning under $500,000 per month, barely scraping. Barely scraping. The average American earns between 70 to 100,000 per year. So it would work out to about $1 million and change per month. So me understand how you feel. And leadership not even backing on. Me understand on position. Salute you guys. Guys, follow me on TikTok. and subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay?